Hey everybody, Shane here, daily-astrocat.com. And today is Tuesday, and it is the 3rd of March. Now, we've got a couple things going on here. We've got the eclipse that's going to be going. By the time you see this, it'll be over. 6:33, it's 33 minutes past the hour, as they say everywhere. Past the hour, so it will be 33. It's 6:33 this morning. It'll peak at 6:34, just about as the moon is setting, is about to set here on the East Coast. So, got an eclipse. Might not be able to see the red. You might. It's going to be daylight, so we will see. It's supposed to start at 3:44 in the morning. I'm planning on getting a quick little nap in here and then getting up and getting out there and actually seeing. I do have moon water sitting out there, and I do have some candles that are charging in the moonlight as well. They've been properly anointed, and they're going to be serving me just fine as we go through here, because this is a very powerful moon. This is a moon of severing. This is a moon of getting rid of the things that we finally need to get rid of. Been saying this the whole time, but that's because this eclipse is happening in that south node, so the south nodal position. That's the karmic place where we just sever that stuff off and we change, and we start changing for the better. And we're actually in a transition between the nodes actually moving from the Virgo Pisces axis and switching to the Aquarius and Leo axis. So, look, the lunar eclipse in Virgo offers us an opportunity to take advantage of this karmic reset. Now, just described a lot of it to you, right? Now, all of the threads, right? It's taken the energy from the last eclipse, which was the Aquarius one, which is where it's going to be moving towards, and tying it into this current alignment between the node, the Pisces Virgo. And what it's doing is it's actually giving us, I gave you a long preview of it. That's a separate video from this. It's called 333 Virgo moon. So full moon in Virgo. All of these threads, they're coming together now. They're starting to come together. The previous eclipse, what we're doing, how it's going to tie in with Saturn and Neptune at the 0 degrees Aries, all of that stuff. That's how it's working. Now, and it's happening on 3/3, so that's a 333 portal, right? And it confirms most of what I've been saying up to this, up until this event. Like, we're on the right track, right? We're really getting ourselves together spiritually, and all these paths are starting to converge into one. And that's really where that 333 is coming from. It's that we're trusting our guidance, we're trusting our guides, and we're moving forward with it. Look, I've been saying that we need to, and we need to calmly pursue both creative and business goals they're no longer distinguishable from each other. This flow unites it all, and they all become one. And today's keyword is actually flow. And the color is quite obviously a red moon. Now, look, today's a day where we merge the creative with the innovative. Outside-the-box thinking carries certain risks, but, for too long we've held on to these ideas. We just haven't, they're not good enough to put out there, right? No, perfectionism can paralyze. The sun in Pisces is what we need to grant ourselves the permission to follow a dream, be messy, and get good while doing so. So, in other words, we practice, we get it done. We got to move forward with it. The power elite, remember those guys? Oh, man. They're still trying to hold on to their power. And that stuff is all over the news, all over social media, all over everywhere, right? There's missiles and bombs everywhere. That's them holding on to power. That's them trying to assert power in older ways that doesn't really serve. That karmic reset is coming too. Their time has passed. Remember that Pluto and Capricorn stuff that happened almost about a year ago, 2 years ago? Yeah, that was their time. Their time is now coming to an end. The power is being slowly transferred to the people. Now, Pluto's in Aquarius, and is working to undo that which was built up. But first it has to be destroyed. It's got to be leveled. It's got to be taken out. It's got to be reduced and then rebuilt. And that's how Pluto works. That's how Pluto tends to work in these things. It's the aspect that matters. It's the generational influence. If you look at your chart and say, oh, my Pluto's going to be in the same darn spot as like 2 generations. It doesn't move that fast, right? So Almost the same with Neptune or Uranus. It's just they spend years in those things. So there's nothing in there that really tells you what, astrologically, from a horoscope standpoint, what that means to you, because it's a generational influence. However, what does matter is when you know your ascendant and you know what the clock face looks like, where your first sign starts and where the clock goes around. Yeah, that's where it really comes into play, because the aspects that your personal planets form with those outer planets are very telling, and they can pick directions, and it's from outside of us, right? It's societal stuff that's out there. The inside of stuff with us, the Mars, the Pluto, even to some extent Jupiter, right? Jupiter spends a year in each sign, and that's something that's really worth looking forward to, because this actually passes power along to Jupiter. Okay, now I'm going to deal with that in a second. So let's see. Look, this is why we got to be talking about this now, because we're undoing some of this stuff, right? And it's going to get undone not in a big sweeping motion either, because it's got to be taken down and it's got to be built back up, and it has to happen in a persistent manner, and that is why strong emotions threaten this, and they got to be kept in check. The passions have to be kept in check. We have Saturn sitting there in that 0 degrees with Neptune. Our creativity has to be purposeful, patient, and it's going to be hard to do. The addition of strong emotion to any of these things, because remember, we're all on one path now, make these anticipated changes take even longer. The moon is sextile Jupiter in the morning, and this marks the place where the outsized influence of Jupiter, the greater benefic, begins to explore the path for the rest of the planets. In other words, Jupiter is going to become our lead planet. We have to make changes and prioritize our own different things beginning today. What no longer serves us must be left behind. Forget about the multiple paths. It's all becoming one, and Jupiter is in that lead. Last time we had Mars in it, right? Now we've got Jupiter. Jupiter is expansive. Jupiter is outgoing energy, and Jupiter will be passing from Cancer, defensive, bringing the stuff into us, worried about the security, to Leo. Talk about outward, creative, and flamboyant, and not only that, but just we're putting ourselves out there. Mercury retrograde is revising the script as I write it, okay? Don't think it. You got to feel it. You got to go with what it is that you're experiencing in the moments, but without that passion. And we have to use that innovation. I'm telling you right now, it's very, very important. In 1875, Georges Bizet, his last and greatest opera, Carmen, premieres at the Opéra Comique in Paris, France. And in 1953, Dave Amato, he's an American rock guitarist for REO Speedwagon, from 1989 to the present, was born in Framingham, Massachusetts, still alive. And the only reason why we mention Dave is because he was a friend of the family's here. And that's all I got for you. So let's recap, shall we? Friends, because you're all friends of the family now. Today's keyword is flow, and the color is a red moon. Appreciate and love every single one of you. Happy astrocatting.